Hey everyone, it's Julian, and today I'm going to be showing you how I DJ and perform with Ableton. So, I want to make this video. I've gotten a few requests about it, and the thing is, there are a lot of videos on YouTube about how to do this, a lot of information out there, but a lot of it was made like a little while ago. Like, for some reason, there were a ton of videos made about this during the EDM boom in like 2011 or 2010, I guess, to like 2013. And a lot of them, I feel like it's just a little bit more information that could be kind of more useful and a little bit of like a simpler way that things can be done now. So I figured I would make a video just showing you guys how I do it, and hopefully it can help you. So basically what we have here is I have this live set, you can see it's just set up like this. So we have two tracks, each one has a track on it. These are kind of like the decks. And then I have some effects, this little effect rack on both of them. So what's going on in this effect rack here is it's basically just a bunch of really simple kind of like DJ effects, like the kind of things you would use for DJing. Like I have this washout, which I'll explain. We got a low pass filter, a high pass filter, a gain, because sometimes tracks are a little bit quieter than the other one. Like, yeah, sometimes everything isn't just mastered to be the same level. So sometimes you want to be able to just turn something up a little bit during a set. And then I have this gain low, gain mid, and gain high, which are supposed to sort of recreate like when you have a DJ mixer, the mids and the lows and the highs, which allow you to kind of like mix a little bit more fluid. Because you can, like, you know, if you're mixing a track in, you can just cut out the low end, or you can cut out the mids on a track that you're trying to go out of, like, all that kind of stuff. It's just nice to have this. So this is the basic setup. And then, like I said, the washout. So what the washout is it's basically just a really simple, like, reverb kind of effect. I have this, it's this famous Ableton rack called Bass Club's Easy Washout. You maybe heard of it. I'll put it in the description if you want to check it out. But basically, yeah, it's just got, like, some reverb and some delay and stuff. I'll show you. Yeah, so we got like a little bit of delay, a little bit of reverb, some more delay, and then like a high pass filter. It's just kind of like a really simple way to do like a nice washout transition effect. I'll show you kind of how it works. So yeah, it's just like a nice, really simple, kind of like washout effect. It's really good for transitions, like moving from track to track. It's a lot easier to just kind of have this set up because like it's a little bit more of a detailed effect. You know, it isn't just like reverb, it isn't just delay. It's kind of like just adding a nice, like, really cool sound, I feel like. And it's a really nice way to add transition. Now, to control all of this, what I've got going on is I have an Ableton push. So you can see here it is. Nothing too crazy. It's just the first edition. And yeah, I'm basically just using this to trigger these clips as well as to control the effects. You saw before when I was just turning that knob on the push, you can see this washout goes up, the low pass filter moves. It's really simple. I like using the push because when you have an audio effect rack like this, or any kind of rack or anything really in Ableton, it's auto mapped. I mean, you don't have to sit there and like map each one to a different knob. It'll just do it by default because that's how the push is set up. And yeah, it just makes this whole thing like really easy. And then, so like I said, I'm also triggering clips here with the push. So like what I'll do is I'll just have the mix going like at a certain BPM. You can see we're at 125 BPM here because these are two house tracks. And then what I do is I have it set to 8th note trigger, meaning basically you can only trigger clips on an 8th note, which means you still have to beat match to some degree. Like you still have to kind of be able to count it out, and it keeps you on your feet a little bit more, but it's not going to be horribly off if you mess up. So I'll kind of give you an example here. Like here, I'll have this track start playing. So you can hear we got this one, and then what I'll usually do is just bring in another one from there. And there we go. You can see. Now we got both tracks playing. And now you can hear actually what happened there is something that you have to watch out for with this, and why I was saying it's still kind of like beat matching. You can hear if I click in the next track sort of on the upbeat on accident. You get like that boom, 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 boom. It's kind of weird. So, you know, it still keeps you on your feet, like I said. Like, you still have to be listening and counting and all that kind of stuff. It's just not like sitting there and tweaking the pitch with a little pitch wheel because you can't really do that with DJing with Ableton. But yeah, like I said, I think this is a really great way to DJ, because what it gives you is it basically just gives you the same kind of setup you would have with like a DJ mixer. But this way, you're just kind of, I mean, you're working with an Ableton, so really anything is possible. Like if I want to get, say I have these 2 tracks playing, and then I want to get like a 3rd one in there, I can just make a new track here. And we can just bring it in really simple. There we go. And you can just keep doing that. Like, there's just so much stuff. Like, and it doesn't even just have to be with DJing either. Like, say you're playing with some tracks and you want to put like a synth loop over it. Like, let's say we just want to grab like this loop and put it in there. You can just do that, and it's like, it's really nice. It feels like it's like a blank canvas, you know? You just really have the freedom to do anything. And with this, like, yeah, I just think it makes for so much more interesting stuff. Now, you can also use this same kind of method to just like straight up perform your tracks with Ableton as well. And so the way that I would usually do this is you can do it a few different ways. You can either just export like the whole stems of your track and just kind of be controlling effects throughout, like playing them similar to this where they're just all playing at the same time. And kind of like, yeah, like I said, just turning effects. But what you could also do is you could just make like some loops from your tracks. So like here I actually have a folder of some older tracks that I was working on. And you can hear like basically what I've got is like all these loops here that you can use to just kind of like put them together. Like we got that piano. We got those drums. We have like some other pianos, and it's like, again, I just took this and exported some loops from the track, and then we can just start bringing these in here, and like I can kind of make it, you know, I can like add some cool stuff to it. Like if we get these 2 going to start. Then we can have that second loop. And yeah, it's a really cool way to play your tracks live. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys use Session View and probably use an Ableton Push with it. So that wasn't a whole lot of new knowledge. But again, I just really like this workflow where it's like so free. Like this is really a blank canvas to just do anything. And that's what I love so much. You just don't have to, like with other things where you're playing loops on top of tracks, I feel like it's too much like, it's just too much extra stuff to do it. Like with this, the songs and the loops are in the same place. It's all just really simple. You just put together. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. You know, I just wanted to show you guys like some different ways you can perform with Ableton, how you could do a DJ set or just perform your tracks. I've gotten a few requests for this one, so hopefully those of you that requested this one liked it. And yeah, so that's going to be it for today, guys. Make sure to let me know what you think of this video in the comments, and make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. I just dropped a new mix, a new weekly essentials mix, so go ahead and check that out. I'm going to put it in the description. And yeah, thank you again, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow with another tutorial.